Hello, all my Virgo rising, moon, sun, and stelliums. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Teri Hunter, and I'm here with August 2021's monthly heavenly horoscopes. This is by Western Whole Sign Astrology, and I am going by the rising sign. So, Virgo, this is very exciting. This month, we have a lot of things that are really kind of affecting Virgo energy. First thing I want to talk about is Jupiter moving retrograde into Aquarius. This is your sixth house, and it is joining Saturn, which is also retrograde in Aquarius. They are not going to meet in any significant degree, but they are having a loose conversation inside of the same house. And Aquarius rules liberation, it rules technology, it rules space and science, it rules astrology, it rules networks without a brain, like social media, it rules the skin, it rules the nervous system, which can make people feel anxious. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. It rules individuality, wanting to stand out, wanting to be seen for your own uniqueness. So having your sixth house be Aquarius is sort of how can you serve the collective through your uniqueness. And Jupiter and Saturn are going to ask you to revisit this idea when they go retrograde until October, and how your service, how you can liberate yourself into a place of service and or health or work that serves you to a more authentic place, or into a more authentic place. So what I'm going to do is talk about these astrological dynamics. This particular Jupiter and Saturn dynamic, again, is going to be in play until October. The subsequent ones I'm going to talk about are current to August 2021. Then at the end of it, I'm going to do an angel reading. And that angel reading is designed to help you traverse the transits this month. So they're here to support your endeavor. So we go on the 1st of August, the sun, which is how we express ourselves out into the world. It's our ego identity, is with Mercury in 9 degrees Leo in opposition to Saturn in Aquarius. While this opposition feels sort of like a push-pull, there's also something very complementary about it, because as the sun and Mercury, what you think, what you write, what you speak of, Mercury, the sun, your identity in the world, as they stand in Leo energy, this is about expressing yourself. It's about romance. It's about your own creative expression, your enjoyment, your hobby, your entertainment. And as this opposes Saturn in Aquarius, Saturn representing rules and limitations and restrictions, it gives you an opportunity to renovate what Saturn is asking. Because I think the opposition really indicates, are you spending your time in ways that are truly authentic to you? Because if you are, Saturn does support that. Saturn rewards hard work. And if anybody can work hard, it's Virgo. So this is about digging a little bit deeper. At the same time, on August 1st, this is Pacific time, we have Mars moving into Virgo, making an opposition to Jupiter. Mars, the planet of action, pioneering, courage, war, aggression, bluntness, relentlessness in some ways, in opposition to Jupiter, my beliefs, my religious beliefs, my judicial beliefs, my ability to travel long distances, to explore the world, to seek adventure. And this is where Mars and Jupiter are rather complementary, because both seek out adventure. So as we go into this opposition, how can you be more authentic? Mars is the ultimate truth seeker. Mars is aggressive, mostly because once it starts to hear any BS, it just barfs it back out at whatever source is coming to it. So allowing yourself to trust a higher ideal and then exploring that from the 29th degree, an intuitive Leo degree. All right, so then we have Virgo, rising, moon, sun, and stelliums, the new moon in Leo on the 8th. This is on an auspicious day, 8. 8 is all about prosperity. Jupiter in general is amplifies things, expands things. So it can expand and bring prosperity and money. So as you put some intention into that, you can start to see some growth there. On the 9th, the day after, we have Venus in Virgo opposing Neptune in Pisces at the challenging 22nd degree. This is an exact opposition. It'll last a few days. It could bring up some murky waters, some deceptions when it comes to money matters or when it comes to your work and how you value yourself at work. It can also bring up some information about relationships that may be challenging or unclear. So don't make any big, huge decisions on those days. Give yourself some time for the waters to clear. Then on the week of the 16th, and I believe it's on the 18th, we'll have an exact conjunction between Mars and Mercury in Virgo. This can bring arguments, it can bring upsets, it can bring sort of impatient energy to the dynamic. Virgo is a perfectionist. Virgo wants to do everything right. And Mars is taking no prisoners. And it's all about how am I thinking, how am I feeling, what am I speaking about, writing about, etc. All in relation to my health, my work, and my service to others. The 6th house, Virgo, naturally represents the house of slavery. For you, as it being Aquarius, it's going to offer you an opportunity to liberate yourself from any slavery. And I want to, this is the slavery of the mind, the slavery of obligation and guilt and perception of what we have to do for others versus what we want to do for ourselves. I think this is very important for you because allowing for this liberation will really play to the full moon coming up on the 22nd. But before we get there, we have on the 17th, Venus moving into Libra. This is going to be a lovely energy moving into Libra. And Mercury will join it a few weeks later on the 30th, which will make for some nice sweet talk between the lovers, I should say. On the 22nd, we have a full blue moon in Aquarius. This is the second full moon in Aquarius. This is in your 6th house as well. And this is really going to bring things to a culmination. It's going to illuminate and open up a situation. And if you're willing to be honest with yourself and not how will my honesty be perceived by others, it could very much illuminate a new path for you that was indicated by the new moon on the Leo new moon. And all of this was calming. The end of July, we had a full moon in Aquarius. This was the illumination that is bringing the seeds we're planting on the 8th, 9th, depending where you are in the world, that'll then bring an opportunity to see a new path on the 22nd. So be mindful of that. It may make you feel slightly anxious. It may make you feel nervous. Aquarius can bring a kinetic energy, but I think ultimately it's going to be very liberating. And then we're going to go into Virgo season on the 22nd or 23rd, depending upon where you are in the world. So happy birthday, Virgo, a little bit early. And Mercury in Virgo will be on the 24th, 25th, will be opposing Neptune in Pisces. Murky communications, things may be unclear. Check your work twice. If you can postpone signing any contracts, probably be best so you can just get some clarity, maybe read it, walk away from it, and then go back to it. And then, as I said, Mercury will join Venus in Libra on the 30th. So these are sort of some of the highlights I think are happening during the month of August. I hope that you will enjoy the liberation that this has to offer you. Now let's do our angel reading, see how the angels are going to support your endeavors this month. It starts off with the oracle. Wait for important information. The first thing I see is the smoke, and it makes me feel like Mars and Mercury and the dance are going to be together. Could create a little smoke, a little embers starting to burn. But before you react, give yourself an opportunity to get information. We also have some aspects with Neptune this month, which I just referred to. They'll make things murky, make them unclear. So allow for information. Try to sit back and give yourself a minute before you respond, even if you think you know what you want to say. Because in the foundational position for our Virgo rising, moon, sun, and stelliums, we have the Queen, which is about reception, and we have Fiona, which is about God and the angels helping you move forward in your endeavors. But that's going to happen as you sit calmly and receptively. We've got three energies right now telling you to sit back and wait. And this also includes your thought process. Rather than trying to run scenarios right now of how to play your way through this situation, which is more than likely going to be focused in on some sort of work dynamic, try to sit back and allow information to come to you, because there may be things that you can't potentially see or know about. And that's just evidenced by Crystal saying, have faith and hope there's more on the horizon that you can't see. And you need a minute to get a broader perspective of things, both your opportunity and your obstacle, because you may feel impatient. You may want to get the things settled right away so you don't have to think about it anymore. But Spirit is asking you not to think about it before it's settled, so that Spirit can come in and give you a new experience that broadens your horizons. That would be the ninth house, Jupiter. Because in the angel's advice, yes, the timing is right for this new venture to see where sometimes your ego is edging God out. That's the acronym for the ego. And sometimes disruptive energies actually bring in fortuitous events or fortuitous experiences that we otherwise would not have been able to anticipate, or we might not have endeavored in the first place. The sixth house also rules pets. And as I said that, I couldn't help but think that while I had wanted a dog for a long time, I did not go get a dog. My sister and my stepmother did. And the disruption of the dog in my stepmother's life ended up having me get lucky, which was wonderful. So it could be something that's very fabulous, because for our Virgo rising, moon, sun, and stelliums, patience is asking you to study your own powers of observation. And whether your fear starts to make you want to take action before you have all the information, or whether you're able to sit gently and diplomatically as you observe the energies. Everything in this spread is saying to sit back and allow Spirit to bring in a dynamic that you are not aware of, that you can't anticipate. And no matter how hard you try to read, think, write, or speak about something new, it's going to come out of nowhere. It's going to be unexpected. That's the nature of Aquarius. It's going to be liberating. So I would put an intention out to the universe as to how you want it to feel when it plays out. Because if you can go to how it feels, then you don't have to worry so much about moving the chess pieces to put that feeling in place. All right, that's it for this month. My name again is Teri Hunter. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, and please share. And I'll be back next month with more heavenly horoscopes. Peace out, everybody.